Hello everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video. We're going to get ready together, and even though it's extremely cold outside, at least the sun is out, so it kind of inspired me to put on some light colors, put on a punchy lip, and do some feel-good makeup. I have kind of like an ongoing series. I've been doing these types of looks for the last 2, maybe 3 years on my channel. Those days in the winter time when you're just sick and tired of winter, but you want to use makeup to kind of brighten your day, to make yourself feel better. This is one of those looks. I'm going to show you how I make myself feel better with makeup, and I thought that I would show some love to some old, forgotten favorite products, as well as a couple of new-ish drugstore finds that I really enjoyed. So, without further ado, if you want to get ready with me and see how I achieved this makeup look, just keep on watching. I don't know about you, but a luminous base always makes me feel better. So I'm using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Primer, spreading it all over my face. And to really amp up the glow, I have a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter in the shade Light. I did manage to get a little bit out of Dina's bottle, and I really love it. I mean, I understand why it gets so much love on the internet. For the base, I have had this for a while, maybe 6 months. I don't think I've talked about it on camera. I bookmarked it to try in the winter time because this really reminded me of the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. It's the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. It's marketed in the same way that the IT Cosmetics CC Cream is marketed. It has SPF 50. It's, supposed to be loaded with antioxidants, and it's kind of like a BB cream in the sense that it has skincare benefits and it also gives pretty decent coverage. I'd say this is like a solid medium coverage. This was a bit too greasy for me for the summertime, but I figured it'd be good for winter, and I used it a couple times last week and really enjoyed it, so I kind of made a note to use it on camera as well. I use the shade 120 Classic Ivory, and it has a bit of like a warm undertone. Then I'm going to take this guy, which I have not used in a long time. Remember when everybody was obsessed with these brushes and then nobody seems to use them anymore, which is a shame because they really do apply foundation really quickly. They do such a good job at buffing it in and giving you that airbrushed finish. But I think that they're hard to clean, so maybe that's why people stopped using them. And everybody always likes to move on to the next big thing, but every time I use it, I really like the application, and I always ask myself, why don't I use this more? I am going to build up the base just a little bit, just in the areas where I feel like I need a tiny little bit more coverage. But as you can see, this has a pretty solid medium coverage. I'm not sure if it's quite as buildable to something as full as the IT Cosmetics, but pretty close. If it's worth noting that they have the same parent company, it has such a beautiful glowy skin-like finish, but it actually doesn't make me much oilier throughout the day. I've definitely tried dewier bases that tend to break down and make me look super greasy a lot quicker than this. So yeah, this is a winner for me. I really enjoy it, and I'm glad that I remembered to bust it out this winter and give it a try because it is absolutely beautiful. So very happy with that rediscovery. For concealer, I'm just going to use my Old Faithful. This is the Too Faced Born This Way. Just a couple of dots. I use the shade Almond, and it's really exciting to actually see the product going down because this is like the concealer that keeps on giving. You get so much product. Sometimes it feels like it's gonna last forever since you need such a little amount at a time. And for a little bit of concealing on my face, I'm just using the Armani Power Fabric Concealer. I was briefly tempted by the new Hourglass, the Vanish concealer, but then I thought to myself, I have these two, which I love so much. Why am I tempted to try something new? I should just stick to what I have. I also am toying with the idea of doing an anti-haul video. I know they're not really a thing anymore. I don't know if you ever watched the originator of the anti-haul, Kimberly Clark. If you've ever watched those videos, they were just so good and so hilarious. And I don't have the bubbly personality of a drag queen, but I think that anti-haul videos are fun. I like watching them. And since I'm, trying to keep up the theme of using and enjoying what you have, let me know how you feel about that. If you would be into an anti-haul video, I can film one. I just find that with me personally, when I'm tempted to buy something, whenever I talk through a potential purchase with a girlfriend, I really like that exchange. I like the process of talking about it, and I find it to be a really helpful way to get myself to talk myself out of buying something. Sometimes I talk my friends out of buying something. We kind of just go back and forth, and I feel like an anti-haul video can kind of do the same thing. I can be that friend that talks you out of stuff if you're really, really tempted to buy makeup and you're trying not to buy as much. So maybe I can do one of those if you're interested. The base is pretty much done. I'm looking pretty glowy, so I'm going to powder. I'm going to do my under eye powder, which is the Becca Brightening Powder. And I am a little shiny, so I'm taking my Sicily powder. This is the HD powder. And this is a beautiful setting powder because it sets the makeup, but it doesn't completely mute a glowy finish. So if you're the type of person that hates powdering down your base because you want to keep luminosity, but you feel like you need some powder sometimes because you don't want a tacky finish on the skin, this is a great product. Now let's go for eye makeup. And I wanted to use, again, an old favorite that I have not reached for in a while. And this came to mind. It's the Armani Avant Premier eyeshadow quad, and I love it. It's a beautiful, smoky, neutral eyeshadow quad. It's not as warm as my other favorite, which is Tom Ford Coco Mirage. This is more of like a neutral with the option to go a little bit cool toned if you use that taupey color. But I just heard that Tom Ford discontinued Coco Mirage. I'm kind of upset about it. My feelings are hurt because that's one of my favorite eyeshadow quads. Even though I'm nowhere near close to using up my personal Coco Mirage, I'm just upset that a brand would discontinue such a beautiful, perfect product. I feel personally attacked by it. I'm just using the lightest shade in the Armani quad on a fluffy brush and just gently sweeping the color all over. This is a beautiful base color. It has a slight satin finish to it, but it's very, very refined, and it has, on my eyelids, it pulls a bit peachy, which I really like. It's like your eyelids but better type of color. Then I'm just going to mix these two, the taupey color and the bronzy color. I'm just going to mix them together and define my outer corner a little bit and my crease just a tiny bit. What I love about this particular palette is how creamy the colors are. They're so easy to work with. There's very little fallout. But it is just another neutral quad, so you probably don't need it. It does lean a bit deeper, richer, and smokier than other neutral quads that I've used in the past. More smoky definition, I'm going to take a smaller, more detailed brush, and I'm dipping it into this dark brown color. And I'm just using this as an eyeliner. For eyebrows, I'm gonna give soap brows a try. I've tried it a few times and I really enjoyed it, and I found this clear soap at the grocery store, and I thought, hey, let's give it a try. It's like an inexpensive way to get the thrill of trying something new in the beauty realm without actually spending that much money. And you know what, if it doesn't work out, you can use the soap on your hands. I don't have the voluminous, luscious, fluffy brows that people that are into soap brows usually use, but I can see why people like it. It's such an easy way to give your brows some hold, and I love that look of brushing brows up. I think it looks really pretty. Just going to fill in a couple of my bald spots with my Hourglass brow pencil. I love this lash curler so much. I think it does such a great job. For mascara, I want a little bit more volume than my usual minimal lash look that I've been enjoying from my Glossier mascara. So I'm using this NYX mascara. It's called On the Rise. This is really beautiful. It gives length, it gives separation, and it gives a tiny bit more volume. It still lasts a good 6-7 hours before it starts smudging a little bit on me, but it holds a curl really, really well, and it gives a beautiful lifted lash look. And even the smudging that I get towards the end of the day, it's easy to just blend away with my fingers. It's not as heavy as it was with other mascaras that I've tried in the past. So this is a winner for me. Another drugstore winner. Going to do a little bit of contouring with Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder. My Project Pan bronzer, the Lila B bronzer, which is a powder bronzer, but it has a very creamy quality to it. It's not like a powdery bronzer. I never seem to get any type of powder kick up whenever I use this. So it's like a very buttery powder. I'm going to go a little bit more generous with the bronzer since, you know what, it's a beautiful sunny day. It's ridiculously cold, but in my mind, I'm channeling sunny vibes. For blush, oldie but goodie Burberry Tangerine blush. This is a really beautiful peachy nude blush. I love me a nude blush. Pairs really beautifully with a lot of bronzer, and I have not used it in a long time. Need some love. I am going to apply just a little bit more of the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. Just at the very top of my cheeks. Then for the lips, we're gonna go bright, we're gonna go juicy. This is an old favorite lip liner of mine. I think it has been discontinued, and Lancome Bronzelle is very, very similar. This is Dior Earth, and I realized that I was just hanging on to it and not using it because it's discontinued, I can't get it anymore, you know, I was saving it like it's some special artifact, but it has an expiration date and I don't want it to go bad. I want to still enjoy it while I can. It's not dried out yet. Makeup Forever 3C is a little similar as well. So it's not like it's a unique color by any means. It can be duped. I just really loved the formula of these lip liners. They're very creamy, pigmented, and long lasting. But there are many amazing lip liner colors, lip liner formulas out there now. So there's really no sense in me just holding on to it for old time's sake. So I'm trying to use it up. Show it some love. And I like warmer brown lip liners with orangey reds. I think it looks really pretty. And then I'm going to go in with the Lancome Mademoiselle Shine in the color 157, which was one of my summer favorites from last year. I got it because of Alana Davison. She basically makes me want to buy anything she uses on her lips. It just looks so good. I love her color combinations. So this is very much inspired by her. If you're looking for a sheer, buildable, glossy lip formula that is insanely comfortable, these are incredible. And this is the finished look. I feel better already. Feels like spring is here, even though it's not. It's like minus 15 outside, and definitely going to be needing a couple more extra layers, a hat, a coat, some gloves, some boots, but you know what? We're wearing a bright punchy lip color. There's a glossy finish. There's a glow to the skin. We applied bronzer liberally. It's gonna be a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I will keep in touch with you in the comment section below. Hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.